Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 3141, I'm Mike Matthew. Wonderful to be here today. It's a wonderful show. It's called Mike's Daily Podcast.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
The song's begun. I'm Mike Matthews here. I got out of the sun because it's so hot outside, and then I start to swelter, and then I start to run into air conditioning, but there's not that much around. Café Anyway. It seems not that something that's done in the Bay Area. The Bay Area doesn't have that much
Mike's Daily Podcast
in the way of air conditioning. Thankfully, at my job, in this building in which I work,
Mike's
there is
Daily
air conditioning
Podcast.
So I'm cool with that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah!
Hey, you know what? That was a great song. I hope you learn the lyrics to that and sing it over and over again to all your best friends. Hey, if you want to see a video of this in my crazy shirt that, I don't know what this is. Are those yucca plants on my shirt? Cacti? Little prairie dog hills, mountains, little molehills, prairie dog hills, and all kinds of other desert scenery is on my shirt. See that at mikesdailypodcast.com. Where on earth did my lovely lady friend find this shirt? Oh, it's awesome. Speaking of awesome, I have to tell you that what is really awesome is tacos. Hey, this isn't Taco Tuesday, or maybe it is Taco Tuesday when you're listening, but Taco Bell has that crunch wrap, which I don't think I've ever had, and which is probably a good thing because I would be 800 pounds more heavy. But did you know that the Taco Bell Crunch Wrap is now 20 years old? It's never been more powerful. When it was introduced, it became the fastest selling menu item in Taco Bell's history, moving 51 million units. 51 million. Each one is called a unit. When you eat a Crunch Wrap, you're eating a unit.
And here's today's podcast picture.
Hey, unit, get in my belly. I don't know if that's the right way to put that, but anyway, Café Anyway, the podcast picture is not of a taco or of any other sort of delicacy coming from Taco Bell. It is of the wonderful place known as San Benito Historical Park, which I went to a couple weeks ago for a bluegrass festival. They got this cute little school there, old-time school that's like over 100 years old, and they restored it, and it's in a beautiful little valley. And see that picture at mikesdailypodcast.com. The late great Basil the Boxer never went to San Benito Historical Park. I'm sure he would have liked it, though. Lots of people brought their dogs to this bluegrass festival. Dogs are permitted, unlike many, many, many places in the Bay Area. Well, it used to be even worse back when I had the late great Basil the Boxer. It was crazy how many places I could not take him. It was suddenly as if the Bay Area had become anti-dog. And I got a little mad at some people that would complain.
Mike Matthews is going to come in with more encouragement for you.
And I'm not a complainer. I'm a uniter. I'm a uplifter. I'm an encourager. I'm also a guzzler. I'm just having a little bit of the root beer Brewmaster left me. Big old growler of it. If it's a growler of root beer, is it still a growler?
You can use your damn it if it's easier. Don't worry, I will cross my eyes so I can't see your secret code.
That's right. If you buy a growler with a debit card, are you stupid because you're just giving out your private code and people are going to get into your bank account and take your money? No, I think growlers are just for alcoholic drinks. Isn't that true? So a root beer growler would be like just a big jug. I'm not sure, but
baby shark do 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 do.
Everybody
dance,
dance now, dance suddenly, dance just for no reason at all here on Mike's Daily Podcast of Strange Songs. But yes, 51 million of those Taco Bell Crunch Wraps were sold in the first 6 weeks, just in its first 6 weeks 20 years ago. Taco Bell sells about 100, or my friends used to call it Taco Hell. See, it's a plug and a slug. They sell 100 million Crunch Wraps every year. 100 million. Now, here's one last thing I'd like to say about Taco Bell. Don't worry. it's the last thing. But it is interesting, speaking of the Bay Area, if you go to Pacifica, right by the beach, a Taco Bell sits right on the beach. I don't know how this thing came to be, but it is a standalone Taco Bell sitting right on the sand in this beautiful bay.
Oh, you almost had it.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be quicker than that.
And last time I went down there, I couldn't go. I wasn't quick enough to go. Not that it closed. It was actually, it wasn't even open. It hadn't opened at all. It had been under construction for a while, doing some up. As you can imagine, being that close to the beach, you need a lot of upkeep with all the salt and the mist and moisture in the air. It erodes. No, it decays. It starts to tear apart stuff. It's corrosive.
Mike's absolutely useless review.
That is my review of things that are built close to the beach. My mom's house was close to the beach. That's why I loved going to visit her. Well, that and she was my mom. But before she passed away 3 years ago, I used to love to go. In fact, we went to see her in 2021, just a few months before she passed. Thankfully, we got to see her one last time. And oh my gosh, she had such a great spot right there. She was right in between the Halifax River and the Atlantic Ocean. So, yeah, she would get hit pretty hard by hurricanes. Miraculously, her house never got that much damage. Just occasionally...
I need some turntables, Mike, if you're going to say it like that.
Dancing's fun. But, one of those screens, the metal mesh screens would fly off. What do you call it? A fly screen? A bug screen? It would fly off. And I remember one time visiting her right after one of the hurricanes and finding it in her neighbor's yard. It had blown very far away. So I picked it up and put it back on. And it was so nice to visit. But gosh, she would have mold in her house. She would have all kinds of nasty stuff growing. It was not the nicest place. And she would not shut her windows. She loved having them open, getting that fresh breeze, that fresh ocean breeze. I don't blame her. It smelled so nice there in the summertime. It'd be so humid, though. I don't know how any electronics worked in her house is a mystery to me because of all that moisture. You would think it would short everything.
What's going on? I just saw on the news that you're thinking about leaving. What happened?
Oh, she would never leave that guy. She loved Trump all the way to the end. But what my point is that Taco Bell, the Taco Hell there in Pacifica, needed to be renovated, and they shut it down for a while. When they finally reopened it, it was a big party. They had all kinds of alcohol they were serving. I guess they serve, it's like the only or one of the only Taco Bells they serve alcohol. Then this past weekend, I noticed something also very interesting.
Who doesn't like cash cows?
And this is probably because it's a cash cow.
How do you do that?
The Taco Bell.
I just said the word cash cow.
Yeah, you just did. And Taco Bell has a restaurant in Danville, very close to the restaurant called Bridges. Bridges is where they filmed one of the last scenes of the movie of Mrs. Doubtfire. It had Robin Williams, Pierce Brosnan, and Sally Field all having some kind of funny, farcical fun in this restaurant, Bridges. Now, since this Taco Bell is so close to this really upscale restaurant, sorry, everyone, it's not called Taco Bell. No, they just call it Cantina. Yeah. I've never seen this before. It's like they dropped the name Taco Bell altogether. The only thing that tells you that that's a Taco Bell is they've got the Taco Bell logo, and right next to it, it says Cantina. So I guess you're supposed to insinuate it means Taco Bell Cantina. I knew instantly what it was, but I also knew it was Taco Bell trying to not look like a Taco Bell, because it's so close to the hoity-toity section of Danville. Lots of rich, uppity white people. I'm sorry, did I say that?
There's no evidence of that. I've not heard of it before, but...
Maybe not in Danville specifically, but there are some really, let's say, rich and old money parts of the Bay Area that may have fit that description of which I just
He's a showboat. He's a grandstander.
Blurted out here on Cafe Anyway. The honesty meter was going full. The truth, my truth was not exactly social. And that's interesting. The truth social, those two words together. Because sometimes they don't quite make for social things when you tell the truth. I guess.
I want to weaponize my pronouns.
Yeah.
What are pronouns?
That's all right. Weaponizing words is fun. Wait, what? No, it's not. Mexican Coke. So back to Trump. First off, he was saying, hey, Coca-Cola has agreed to use real cane sugar. Archer Daniels Midland, isn't that the company that Steve Carell worked for in the office? Oh, it's Dunder something. They pulled back following President Trump's announcement that Coca-Cola had agreed to use real cane sugar in its drinks. In the U.S., Coca-Cola did not confirm the decision, but said that more details about its new offerings will be shared soon. But when that news came out, the stocks did fall. However, they have shot up since then. I just did like a past month look, and it's on the chart.
There's a Spanish holiday tradition called El Gordo, the fat one.
Because they eat too many Crunch Wraps, the El Gordos. And it looks like they're doing good now, the stock for Archer Daniels Midland. But we'll see. Hey, that was Lauren Ferrer, I think is her name. She's from NPR. I wonder if they're going to let her go soon. Because they got their funding cut. They cut the funding, Trump did. So it's Laura Frere might be on her own doing a podcast. I was never a big, huge fan of how she sounds. She's a little too reedy for me and a little too theater nerd. Like you could just see her in your high school's theater department. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But sometimes when you're listening to NPR, you don't want to hear someone being overly dramatic when they speak.
That's enough. Put down the mic.
Oh, back to you, sir. What we're mentioning. So Trump has also, his administration has pulled $4 billion from the California high-speed rail project. Weeks after putting the bullet train project on notice, said nope, nope, and nope. The high-speed rail effort began back in 2009, just as I was moving back to California, aiming to build a train that connected LA and San Francisco in under 3 hours. From everything I've seen in the news, this seems to be a colossal, well, it's never going to end. It's like more and more of our taxpayer money gets thrown into it. Where? What do we see for it? Now, some of you are, you got to have some pain to get a lot of gain. And a lot of gain here would be being on a train. Why is everything rhyming today? And then you'll be able to sit on this train and maybe someone will get murdered and maybe some little Belgian guy. No, he's not French. He's Belgian. He's going to solve the murder and find out everybody on the train killed the one guy because he was such an awful guy. And wait, did I just give away an important plot point of an important murder in the street?
I can't make this up.
Maybe I did make it up. Okay, one more crazy thing that sounds kind of right-wing leaning.
When I grow up, I want to be obsessed with emotional safety and do workplace sensitivity training all day long.
Oh, I had to do some of that. Well, it wasn't workplace sensitivity, but it was some other thing in California they have to train you on. But back to things I don't understand. The most popular free app in the iOS store, that for all of you is the app store that you use when you've got an Apple phone and you want to put an app on it. Believe it or not, it is Chick-fil-A. The chicken chain announced the return of Code Moo instead of Code Blue, Code Moo, because they got all these cows that say eat more chicken because they don't want you to eat the cows, which is kind of scary and sad and makes me depressed because I think about those cute cows getting eaten and then I want to eat a burger to make all the pain inside go away. But a game available only on its original app called Code Moo. People like it. They're downloading the app for that. The rewards include waffle fries and nuggets. waffle fries. So I guess that covers a lot of stuff. Maybe I should just go take a phone call.
I'm calling about the tennis lessons for my grandson, age 13.
Okay. That's great, because I don't know anything about tennis. Look who's here. Hi, Mike. It's Benita the Rodeo Queen. How y'all doing? I met my horse doing. And it's Chely Shoehart, gift shop supervisor, Mike Matthews. I've been taking riding lessons, horse riding lessons from Benita. It's been so educational, Mike Matthews. I didn't know you didn't know how to ride a horse. It's actually very difficult. You gotta, especially if you're a big guy like me, you gotta really get on that horse and put your feet, your boots in the stirrups. Preferably, this explains why there are boots. Because just some tennis shoes, it's gonna hurt with your shoes in the stirrups. You need something more that can withstand all the pressure that your feet get. Your feet gets put through a lot of pressure in those stirrups. You put a lot of pressure on the stirrups because you're basically standing in the stirrups, and you got to have really good posture on the horse. Oh, Mike Matthews, I'm learning all this stuff. It's very interesting. And horses are so cool, Mike Matthews. Oh my gosh, once again, we talk about horses on this podcast. Yes, and I'm very sad. I'm thinking that one of the cool horses that I used to see up in the hills of PodCastro Valley named Dice, he might have had to, he had to go to that big rodeo in the sky. So there's a picture of him in a recent podcast that you can find. All the podcast pictures actually at mikesdailypodcast.com is what I'm trying to say.
It was kind of scary.
The podcast pictures, mikesdailypodcast.com is kind of scary. Look who else is here.
Yes, love it. We owe you because we learned from you. We learned from...
Hello, Mike. This is Floyd the Floorman. And this is John Deere, the engineer, Mike. Yeah, horses are great, and they have to be taken care of, and they have to have an apparatus on top of them so that a human can ride them comfortably. Mm-hmm. Yes, that's true. It's what the saddle's for, I found out in recent years. Oh, there you go. What are you, nuts? Our whole society was built with horses and riding through the desert. That's why we're all here in PodCastro Valley in California. It's because people decided to ride out west and colonize and pioneer and frontier land the whole world on this side of the country. Tell you what, that's what it was. I don't know what that accent was. There. What do you think about all that? Here's the phone number to call.
Why do your toenails look like that?
Call Mike at the Café Anyway hotline. Area code 510-228-4640.
And this is FF episode 3141, 3141. And we did get a call at that number that I just gave you. And somebody wanted to say something. Let's see what they said. And you can call too at that number. That is in the 510 area code. Yes, the Bay Area where PodCastro Valley sits. But the phone number to call is 510-228-4640. Let's see. Oh, wait. Let me have it in the wrong. I love it when I press play and it plays outside here on the main speakers when it needs to play on the podcast. So now let's play it on the podcast.
Hello, Mike. This is Professor Frederick Minarski.
Oh, Frederick.
And I enjoy listening to your whimsical podcast.
Oh, thank you very much.
I'd like to say something about society.
Sounds like he's driving.
In today's world and how most people are wrong. That is the whole Chelsea Brothers.
Chelsea Brothers?
Show.
Chelsea.
I'm not going to call it a podcast, but
okay.
It was someone, may I say to you, Taylor Swift. May I say that name? You probably know who that is.
Oh, I think he's talking about the Kelsey Brothers. All right. Okay, and probably this Taylor Swift
thing. You
thing.
have more views than anything YouTube's ever had. That's different. That's a thing. That's video. It's a talk, not talk. Hey!
Oh, wow. Okay, we get some interesting calls at 510-228-4640. I'm hazarding to think he's talking about the Taylor Swift being on the Kelsey Brothers video. That's maybe
Once again, this is Professor Frederick Minoski.
Okay.
Thank you
He's a
for
professor.
hearing me out. Please tell the listeners they need to do something about it. And they are listeners, Mike, because you do have a podcast. It's called Mike's Daily Podcast, and they're listeners and they're listening. They're not watching.
That's right, they're listening.
Very blankly at the screen.
What the
thing that
Okay, and and he just disappeared. Sounds like he needed to see someone other than a professor, probably a doctor, an MD of some sort. Well, that's what I get. I get calls like that sometimes. So 510-228-4640 if you would like to call me. And the number is there at mikesdailypodcast.com. And with all things having to do with Mike's Daily Podcast, we go to the mainframe and hear from A-Frame. Thank you for listening.
That's good stuff.
Wow!
I don't like that sound effect. That's the one I don't like.
Wow.
That's better.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com.
Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com.
See you tomorrow. Bye!